my channel, it's Kasandra here, and if you're new, I post videos all on beauty and lifestyle and just about anything that tickles my fancy. And today I am going to be talking about all my palettes that I bought, my reason behind buying all my eyeshadow palettes, and what I plan on doing with it. So for the past year or so, I've been going back and forth, like watching a lot of these minimalism videos. Obviously my room doesn't look very minimalist. It's actually quite cozy, and I'm really loving this backdrop really, but I figured I'll get cozy up and do this video because I kind of want to throw some of these palettes either in the trash or give them to someone, because I really need to clean out all the stuff I have. Makeup for me, it's kind of an addiction actually. You end up spending more money than you need on stuff that you really don't need. But I love beauty. It's something that I love. Like, I always thought that to myself that I was probably gonna work in either like a beauty setting or something that has to do with beauty. Like when I was growing up, I wanted to be a dermatologist because my love for beauty is just that. Like, I love to talk about beauty. So pretty much that's what my channel is about, and I also do a lot of lifestyle stuff too. So anyways, before I throw away all my palettes, I figured I'll do this video talking about my makeup palettes because I'm really in the process of trying to clean up and toss in all the excessive junk that I don't need. So this is all my makeup palettes. Isn't this crazy? Absolute crazy. And the funny thing is, there are people that are out there that are absolutely worse than I am, so I don't feel so bad. However, I do hate looking at all of this stuff, and it's come to a point where you just like, you know, like you just want to get rid of certain things. So I'm just gonna go through my palettes one by one. This may be a long video, so if you want to get yourself a cup of tea, I'm currently drinking some ginger tea because ginger is good for your stomach, for anybody that don't know. And it's about to be nighttime, so if you can look outside, I got all my plants, which I love. I'm obsessed with plants. But anyways, I'm gonna talk about all my palettes. So the first palette I'm gonna mention, it's one that I've done before. I've mentioned this palette before. I've done a video on it called my most overhyped products. And this is going to be the Modern Renaissance palette by ABH. I love ABH as a company. I love their makeup. I love their eyeshadows. Their palettes for me are some of my favorite. This one for me, it just didn't do it. It did not do the job. Like, I don't know why I bought, actually I know why I bought it. You know, sometimes when you're looking at makeup online, the makeup looks a lot different than in person. So online, these colors look way more richer than what they're actually coming up as. The colors itself are very pigmented. However, my skin tone is, I want to say I'm like a NC43, NC45, anywhere between that range, and W43 and W45, anywhere between that range. Like an NC50 when it comes to MAC. That's the only way I could like describe my skin tone. So these colors for me, they pull very cool on my skin tone. I do not like it. I don't like cool eyeshadows on me personally. It's just not my favorite thing. For me, when I'm talking about eyeshadows and stuff that I want to wear, it needs to be rich. It needs to be either a jewel tone, and it needs to be just warm and make my eyes look nice, like what I'm wearing right now. But yeah, I'm just not a fan of this palette. But I have a really hard time letting go of it. I don't know why. I guess because it's so like hyped up. I just like, I have this sentimental attachment to it, which is weird because I don't necessarily use it that much. Every now and then I'll go in and try to use one eyeshadow out of it, but it's just like, not really using it. I don't even know why I hold on to it. And I'm probably going to give this to one of my family members because I think they'll get more use out of it than I will. So that's that for this palette. Next up is probably one of my very first palettes that I got, and it's from Urban Decay. So Back in the day when YouTube was just like a baby and everybody didn't do as much YouTube videos, or there weren't as much beauty gurus on YouTube, Urban Decay used to make their palettes like this. I think they call it their shadow box or book of shadows or whatever they call them. It is big, it is bulky, it is very pretty. It comes with like all of this pretty stuff, and it had like a card to go online to do something, and it had like a little thing in here. It also had some shadows and an eyeliner, and I don't even remember what else was in here. I think a mascara used to come in it. The colors are very pretty, very pretty colors. However, this is what it looks like. It looks kind of cool on camera, but a lot of these colors are jewel tone. Oh god, I got my finger in it. But it's so bulky. It's just something that I don't necessarily reach for, and this is definitely one of those things that I'm probably going to be giving away. I do, however, love the colors, especially this this blue right here is pretty. This color right here is pretty. Baked, which is a shadow that is in their famous palettes. What is that palette called? God, I don't remember what the palette's called. I'm gonna like put it right there. But the colors are beautiful. They make really beautiful eyeshadows. I got this on Holt Look, I believe. I think I got it on Holt Look. I probably paid less than like $25 for it. But I just don't reach for it, and it's so bulky. Look at this, it's so bulky. There's no way for me to like take this out and keep the shadow by itself without it getting all messed up. So I definitely think this is one of those things that I'm going to be giving to someone that will get a lot more use out of it, because I just can't. It's just taking up too much space, and it's just gotta go. You gotta go. Okay, so the next up is another palette that was one of my first palettes, and I'm gonna do them all three at a time just to save time. And it is my BH Cosmetics palette. I actually had way more than this. When I first started getting really into makeup, I used to own a lot more BH palettes, but I've since given them away to my sisters. But one of the third palettes that I kept were the 28 color smoky eyeshadow palette, and one of them just is falling out. This shadow just fell out. This is what it looks like. It is a beautiful palette, a very beautiful palette. However, because of the size of it, and I'm not necessarily one of those people that do freelance makeup anymore, I don't have time for it. If somebody comes to my house and they want me to do their makeup, I will. But even so, this palette I don't necessarily reach for even when I am going out. It is a nice palette if you're like going out every single night to the club or something. This color right here is very beautiful. Oh my god, if this thing won't fall out, let me pop it out. This color right here, it is so beautiful. If it will focus. Focus. That color right here where my finger is. The most beautiful color ever. If I could like swatch it on my hand. It's just like a gunmetal kind of color with flecks of gold and green in it. Beautiful palette, beautiful color, but I don't reach for it because it's just bulky. And like I said, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not gonna travel or any of that stuff, and even if I did travel, this is not what I will be taking. So this is definitely one of my palettes that I'm going to be tossing. So yeah, this is going in the toss pile, or not necessarily tossing. I'm going to just give it away. When I say toss, I don't necessarily mean throw it in the trash. I rather give it to my cousin or my sisters because I know they will get better use out of it. Plus they're way more excited over this stuff than I am right now. So I think they'll get a lot more use out of it. The other two eyeshadow palettes that I have from BH Cosmetics is the BH Party Girl palette, which by the way, I was very excited about this, and the Galaxy Chic palette. So let me talk about the BH Cosmetic palette first. The Party palette. The Party palette I loved. I actually used this. I used the crap out of this palette. Like, look at it. Like, a couple of the shadows are gone. A lot of the shadows are like used out. I used the crap out of this palette because I actually love this palette a lot. Like, I loved the palette so much. However, these are colors that I don't necessarily would wear anymore, and if I am going to wear it, it's going to be like anything neutral, or maybe like anything like in like the reddish like burgundy kind of colors. Those are the colors I'm leaning towards more, but I'm just not that excited about it anymore. It's just something that I've kind of outgrown, and I'm also just not into like the size of the palette. Very beautiful palette, very pigmented palette. If you're new to makeup or you want to get started into makeup, I will suggest going on bhcosmetics.com. They offer a lot of palettes, a lot of supplies for a really affordable prices. But this is definitely one of those things that I will be giving away because I'm not excited about it anymore. Okay, so the next BH Cosmetic palette that I'm going to be talking about is the Galaxy Chic palette. Okay, so I bought this palette because it was A, affordable, and B, I think I saw another YouTuber use the palette, and I was like, ooh, a palette. So yeah, the colors are too frosty for me, just way too frosty for my liking. It's a very, very, very colorful palette, very nice palette. If you're one of those people that love to play in color and love shimmery frosty colors, you would probably get more use out of this. Me, not so much. I am going to just put this in the palette of giveaway. The stuff of the part of the I'm going to put this in all the stuff that I want to give away because I'm not here for this palette anymore. So yeah, love the palette when I got it. I just never use it, and I don't see the point in holding on to something that I am not going to be using. So that's that. So I could put that on the side. A palette that I want to talk about, and this is also one of my very first palettes in terms of when I first started getting into makeup by watching like YouTube and stuff, is my Lorac palette. What got me into this? I love how small and compact it is, and I love the packaging, and the colors were also amazing. I was obsessed with this color right here. This is like a blusher, but blusher slash highlighter. I was just obsessed with this color right here. Loved it so much. But the only color I really used out of this was this color and the color in the center right here, because I love to use a lot of gold on my eyes. But as you can see, this palette has a lot of wear and tear. It's something that I'm not using anymore. I do love the colors, but I'm not using it anymore, so I don't see the point in holding on to it. I'm going to try to give it away if anybody in my family wants it, but if they don't want it, I'm probably going to just throw it in the garbage because I'm not using it anymore. So I don't see the point in holding on to stuff that I'm not using anymore. And like I said, this whole minimalist journey kind of thing just made me just look at all the stuff that I have in a different light. So it's just all about like decluttering and getting rid of all the stuff that you don't need. So that is that for that palette. I'm like literally going down like memory lane with all of these palettes. Now this palette is something that I absolutely love, and I don't think I'll be throwing it away. And it is my Inglot palette, because I actually bought this when Inglot first opened its first store in New York. It's located on Times Square, around Times Square area. And I bought it because I was so obsessed, because I didn't know what Inglot was until I started watching YouTube. And then when I heard everybody talk about it, I was like, I have to try it. So then they opened up a store in New York, and they have their Freedom system in which you could pick a palette from what they have. I think the palette is free itself, but you have to fill the palette with eyeshadows. And these were the colors that I picked. These are the colors that I picked. So I do still use these colors because, again, it's one of my favorite palette. I just remember using the heck out of the purple and the gold shadow because I loved it so much. And I don't think I want to part ways with it because I love it. I love how small and compact it is, and I love the fact that it's like magnetic, and it's small, it's compact, it's magnetic. And if I'm ever going on vacation, I could bring this with a neutral palette and I can do a myriad of looks. So I definitely am going to hold on to this because I love this palette a lot. So yep, that's that. Another Lorac palette that I'm going to be talking about is another Lorac palette that I had bought. And all my Lorac palettes I bought from Haute Look. because they do have really amazing sale. You could get like a lot of stuff. They have Urban Decay, Lorac, Smashbox, not Smashbox, oh god, what is that company called? I can't remember. I'm having a brain fart moment. But they have a lot of makeup on sale, and I bought this. I think I bought this when I bought this palette. I actually really like this palette solely because it's a neutral palette, and it is one of those palettes that I could take anywhere with me because it's very neutral. Now, the colors look very cool on camera, but they're really, really nice. I do love the shimmery colors because they're just neutral and they're nice and they're very like work appropriate and they're professional and they're so on and so forth. And another thing that I love about it the most is how compact it is, how small it is, and the black leather crocodile skin kind of texture. So I'm definitely holding on to this because I love it a lot, and I won't be giving this away at all because I love it. So I'm gonna put this to the side. Okay, next up, what am I gonna talk about next? Okay, the next palette that I have from my collection of palettes, and I hope you guys have your popcorn because like I said, this is gonna be a long video, is my Urban Decay electric palette. Now, when this palette first came out, and I'm like literally going down memory lane, when this palette first came out, like everybody on YouTube went crazy over it, myself included, because the colors were so vibrant and beautiful. And this was when people were like into like wearing really bright eyeshadows back in the early days of YouTube, and I love this palette. I do love this palette. Do I wear it as much? No, I do not. Whenever I go on vacation, I take it with me, and half the time I don't even use it because I don't even like wearing makeup, because usually when I go on vacation, I'm in a tropical country somewhere that is twice as hot as where I live, so I typically don't wear makeup. However, I cannot let go of this palette. I just can't because the colors are vibrant. Urban Decay makes really nice eyeshadows, and I love how compact the palette is, and I love this palette. I do love it. I have like this sentimental attachment to it that I'm not even like, I'm not using it, but I feel like I need to hold on to it. But if I do use it, whenever I do use it, I do use like the purples and the blues because those are like my favorite go-to eyeshadows when I like to wear color. But I am gonna hold on to this because I gotta hold on to something. So I'm gonna put this to the side because I'm not giving this away. And this I also bought on HauteLook.com. I did not buy it when everybody was going crazy over it when it first launched. I bought it when it went on sale at HauteLook.com, and I believe I got it for $20 something. I think this palette is still in circulation, but I would say just wait for a sale on HauteLook.com, and that's when you could get a really good price on it. So yeah, holding on to that. Okay, next palette is this rock candy, what is it called? Heart candy palette. I actually really like this palette. So, story behind this palette. I bought this palette when I was in, where did I buy this? I bought this palette when I was in, where was I? Oh my god, Mississippi. I was in Mississippi. So when I was in training, I did like tech school in Mississippi, and I got this palette because I thought it was such a cute palette. It had all the colors I figured that I would need because I didn't have any makeup with me, and I just thought Heart Candy made really, really good shadows, and why not try it? So I actually got this palette in Walmart. The colors are really amazing. I probably only use about 3 colors in this palette, and it is these 3. 1, 2, 3. Because let me show it again because it's not even focused. So I used 1, 2, 3. I love this palette. I do. The colors are really nice. I like the fact that it's small and compact. I'm probably going to give this away one day, but I feel like I haven't gotten enough use out of it, so I'm still going to hold on to it. I may give it away one day, who knows, but I'm going to hold on to it because I do love the packaging a lot. It's so pretty. Is it still in circulation? I don't know. Maybe if you go on heartcandy.com, you'll probably be able to find it, but I actually really like I really like this palette, and I am going to hold on to it, so I'm going to put this to the side. Man, my throat is dry. Filming a video ain't easy because I'm just talking. So anyways, another palette I am going to talk about is my ColourPop palette. So this is what it looks like. I don't think any of these fell out. No. So this is what it looks like. So beautiful colors, beautiful colors. It's called Cute AF from ColourPop. So I paid about $12 for this palette, and the colors are pretty warm and pretty neutral. I love this palette. I really do. I use it every now and then. Like if I'm doing a makeup look, I will oftentimes reach for this palette because the brown in here is pretty nice. And it has a lot of it has a lot of transition colors, so I absolutely love this palette, and I am going to be holding on to it because it's something that I use, and I'm not going to give away something that I'm currently using. Maybe if I stop using it one day, I'll probably toss it or give it to someone, but I'm holding on to this. So this palette I'm putting to the side because I love it. Another ColourPop palette that I have is the ColourPop Soul palette. These palette they released over the summer, this summer. The colors are really nice. I'm trying to like hold it so that they don't fall out because look, it like fell out. Ugh, are you kidding me? I bought this palette because of the colors. It looks similar to the Cute AF palette. It's probably like some of the shades are a little bit similar. However, do I use this palette as much? No. Whenever I try to use it, I just don't feel like it does anything for me really, and I just don't use it that much. I'm probably gonna give it away because I don't see the point of me holding on to it because I don't really use it that much. And I bought it because I wanted to review it and I wanted to do like makeup looks on my channel with it, but again, I don't use it, so it's definitely going in the giveaway pile. So I'm going to put this to the side right here. Okay, so I think I may have to do this video in 2 segments because I'm getting a little bit tired. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Be on the lookout for part 2 because I have a lot of makeup and I feel like showing it. So instead of making this video a long video, I'm just going to split it up. I'm going to continue filming, but I'm going to split it up. So anyways, leave a comment in the comment box. Let me know what your favorite palette is, and what palette you bought that was really horrible, and let's have a chat about makeup together. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll make more videos like this, and be on the lookout for part 2 of this video. Thank you guys. Bye.